Welcome to Kingdom One Live, where it's all about a kingdom perspective. I'm your host, Deborah Asbury, and give it up for my sidekick. Yes, my co-host, the Tim Williams Project Band. Two guests today who are making a huge impact in the lives of families, in communities, and even in the world. They are here today to share how they are teaching and training youth, along with their parents, on how to invest and build wealth for a brighter future. More to come when we get back. Stay with us. Our first guest today is the founder and CEO of YBU, Youth Branding University, a relevant, comprehensive youth organization simulating a university, where their mission statement for 2022 is investing in our own and taking care of our own. He is a husband, father of two daughters, NFL Alumni Association member for Georgia, global motivational speaker and trainer. He has over 40 years of experience in the youth development sector. I want you all to welcome with me to Kingdom One Live, Jeffrey Duncan Henderson. Welcome to the show, Jeffrey.
Thank you, Deborah.
So excited to have you here.
I'm very excited.
And joining him is the YBU's VP of Technology and their director, whose background includes working as an adjunct professor, corporate trainer, program manager that embraces teaching roles in various government, educational, and corporate environments. He is a husband and father of two as well. He is passionate about youth literacy and just an all-around wonderful person. Welcome to Kingdom One Live as well, Mr. Paul Benitez.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome.
Paul and I go back a little while. His wife, as well as his children, they were all part of the Boys and Girls Club with my daughter about 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize that. Okay.
It's been a minute.
Right.
So welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
I mean, your program, from what you've shared with me, it's just really exciting. And so I'm just wanting to jump right into the interview today. And so I'm going to start with you, Jeffrey, since you are the founder and CEO of YBU. Talk with us about financial literacy and the empowerment program that you have established for the youth and the families that you work with.
But Deborah, let me say this first, that our organization started 11 years ago in my basement. And we grew amazing. So we're growing from working with youth from 1 to all the way to 1,500 students at one time, and also working with, even on the average of 300 to 400 students. We partnered with the NFL Alumni Association and other organizations to actually bring financial literacy, entrepreneurship, personal finance, and career development. But our main focus right now is on investments, and so that's really where we're teaching youth on how to invest, and we're actually giving them money to actually start investing.
That's amazing. You know, it's so much talk about cryptocurrency. I mean, I haven't done any investing outside of, say, 401k, but I've been tempted to really get into it. So I kind of want to go on the journey with you guys as well and the families to learn a little more about investing myself.
Well, we're going to get you started. We're going to actually invest in you. We're going to actually invest in you. So after the show, we're going to actually set up a date so we can sit down with you and actually, we're going to actually invest financially into you.
I'm going to hold you to it.
So we're going to get you some crypto. We're going to get you some EFTs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what any of that is. Okay.
EFT is like mutual funds.
Mutual funds?
It's similar to a mutual fund. So the difference is a mutual fund is actually the end of the stock day.
Okay.
EFT, they look at the stock throughout.
Woo, all right. My brain is exploding right now. We're going to get back to that later, though.
Okay.
So I noticed as I looked at your website, you have got about 40 members who are part of your board of directors.
Yes.
And they seem to come from all, different backgrounds. Talk to us about how you go about that process of selecting members and the role that they play in Youth Branding University.
Well, we've been fortunate that we have a diverse group of board members and advisors.
Yes.
And they come from, our first person was actually, my former boss was the president of Benitez Fidelity Life Insurance Company.
Nice.
But we have just an array of just doctors, lawyers,
yes.
Business people, school teachers, and so forth. And so we look at, are they passionate for youth? Are they willing to invest in youth, not only just talking with them, but also financially?
Wow. And so, Paul, as your role of VP of Technology, talk to us about how that falls into play, what goes on there at Youth Branding University.
Sure. Let me first start with how I first met Jeffrey. We met in a local barbershop, and in a barbershop you can get a lot of information from just a discussion.
Right.
And he was talking about the fact that youth need to have some type of financial literacy since they're taking home economics out the classroom. That they need to know how to write checks and how to do several different things.
Absolutely.
And so what I decided to do, I said, Jeffrey, what can I do to help? And I had a web designing background too as well.
Right.
So what we decided to do was to go ahead and create some websites. I've done over 10 different PowerPoint presentations, and just bring the technology and taught some classes as well to youth to understand that, hey, there's a lot of different things you can do, even in a technology perspective.
It is.
Yes.
I can imagine. This is a great partnership.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful. And the barbershop is kind of like that meeting place
it's
for
that
men.
Meeting place, exactly.
Just like the beauty salon is the meeting place for the ladies.
Absolutely.
Wonderful, wonderful. So where did the kids filter into your program? Where do they come from? Is it like a certain school system, Boys and Girls Club? Talk with us about that.
So we actually are very fortunate that we're in the schools, in DeKalb, Gwinnett, Fulton, Cobb County, even Spalding. We're out of state, so we've done things in Texas, Minnesota, and so forth. And recreational centers. We've done some things with different nonprofit organizations, like Operation Hope, which is one of our partners that we partner with.
Well known.
With John Hope Bryant. Yes.
And I think you started out with, is it youth sports perhaps?
Yeah, we started with sports. Started with my daughter. She was a track runner, and kids are trained differently today. And so after I saw that they do things physically, but they're not getting into their mind, so I said I need to get in their mind. So other parents saw what we're doing, and it just grew from there. And so since 2016, we've actually impacted over 17,000 youth.
17,000.
So we've actually adults and parents over 1 million in the last couple of years through internet, and then we also have fed over 2,000 of the homeless.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
So let's get to the investment piece. Talk with us about how that process works as far as working with the parents and their youth to set up investment accounts.
Well, actually, all this started with my parents and my family. They were really involved with teaching us on how to invest. So we took that and said, okay, we need to start investing, have our youth invest, but also have the parents involved. And so we have a program where we go through about a 90-minute session teaching them about stocks and bonds and so forth. And then they actually register with several different platforms, stockbrokers firms.
Okay.
And then the parents actually join them. And so we got the youth investing into like Amazon, Tesla, and so forth. And then the parents are also investing.
Nice, nice. I know when we talked, we did like the little pre-interview, and you had shared with me about a particular student who had came to you, and did you all give him like seed money, and you kind of watched it grow? Talk with us about that particular scenario.
Absolutely. So we actually got 2 students really quickly. So we had one student that we invested $25
$25
to get him started.
Okay.
But we had to make agreement. There's something that he had to do on the back end before we got started.
Okay.
And then on that, his parents matched $25.
Okay, so now he has $50.
And then he matched that $50. Then the parents matched another $50. So he started off with $150 in stock.
Nice.
And then so he works part-time on the weekends.
Okay.
So let's go back a year ago. And then fast forward. So how much money do you think he has in his account now, in the stock account?
I'm going to guess, so $150, $1,200?
That's a good number. That's great. We
Okay.
actually had about $4,500.
That's amazing.
Amazing.
We're definitely going to talk at the end here. We have got to talk because that's a small investment to have $4,500 at the end of 1 year?
Yep, and we do that with all of our kids. So we're investing $25 each.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have another young man that's actually, he has over 28 stocks.
Mm-hmm.
And also we're looking at for him to get up to about 50.
That's amazing. So you know what? When we get back, we're going to talk a little more about that, and then we're going to do something a little fun.
Okay.
So audience, stay with us. We'll be back. More to come with Kingdom One Live.
Everyone loves a champion, someone whose performance puts them head and shoulders above the rest. But not all champions wear a medal or hoist a trophy. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. We believe abuse can be prevented by taking a hard look at how we coach, how we train, and how we interact after the last whistle. We have provided over 2 million safe sport trainings. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Welcome back to Kingdom One Live, where it's all about a kingdom perspective. I'm your host, Deborah Asbury, and I'm continuing the conversation with my 2 special guests here representing YBU, Youth Branding University. I have with me Jeffrey Duncan Henderson as well as Paul Benitez. So as I promised you all before the break, we're going to do something a little fun, but still kind of in line with our conversation about youth and investing. Okay, we're going to bring it together. Now, this segment is called Be Enlightening. It's like a lightning round, so it's a little fast-paced, and it may seem a little chaotic, but fun nonetheless.
Okay, great.
So both of you can just kind of shout out your questions. It's kind of an either-or type of thing, all right?
Okay.
All right. Let's get going.
Ready.
NFT or Bitcoin?
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Flipping homes or Airbnb?
Flipping homes.
Airbnb.
Ooh, okay, y'all different. Tech or real estate?
Tech.
Tech.
Food trucks or brick and mortar?
Big brick and mortar.
Food trucks.
Differing again. Cutting lawns or flipping sneakers?
Flipping sneakers, although I have a youth that's actually cutting, that's in my new program.
So you got both. You got it stuck right there, okay.
Yeah, I say flipping sneakers.
Flipping sneakers for you? Okay, vacations in the beach or mountains?
Mountains.
Beach.
I'm
Like-
with you.
like the water.
I want to go to the beach.
I like the water.
Yes, okay. Cash or credit?
Cash.
Ready?
I like both. Okay, AFC or NFC?
NFC.
NFC.
NFC?
Falcons.
Okay. You know what? I got to get more into sports. I don't have one right there. Okay. Buy material assets or stack and save?
Material assets.
Stack and save.
Okay. Name your top investment for youth. One answer each.
Tesla.
Tesla? Okay.
Nikes.
Nikes? That's kind of interesting. You know what? I guess I would say my top investment for youth would be, I would say Nike, because all of them own Nikes. They're still talking about Jordans.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, from my daughter and, you know, your children, they're still wanting to wear Jordans.
Absolutely.
And they're selling them too. Making
Still
money off
selling
of
them.
I mean, I'm talking the kids are selling Nike shoes, making money off of
Oh, the kids are selling them
Yes.
too?
Absolutely.
Wow, that's new.
That's their business.
So if there's any one thing that you want to leave with our audience about YBU that we haven't discussed, but it's something important for the masses to know about, what would that be today? And I'm going to ask each of you. So we'll
start with Paul. We'll start with Paul.
Okay, we'll start with Paul.
One of the things that we do is career readiness, how to interview, what kind of questions you're supposed to ask, and that's something that's very important. Even for adults,
Very important.
They just don't even realize that when you interview things, you have to do your research for companies.
Absolutely.
So we do webinars and seminars to say, okay, these are the things, and this is how you do the research.
Do you also do that for the adults? I mean, the parents to the children?
We should.
I mean,
We should. That's something that I believe if the parents and the children were together, they would find.
They could benefit from. Probably get home and role play as well.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. And Jeffrey?
So I'm going to quote my best friend, Stephon Adams, who's a former NFL player of the Oakland Raiders. He said our organization is built upon wealth and teaching young people and adults how to become billionaires.
Wow. So we've kind of skipped over million. We surpassed that at this point.
Oh, millionaires doesn't mean anything anymore.
It doesn't mean anything anymore?
It's billionaire.
Well, I think if
Because
we take
inflation.
a poll, we might would beg or differ a little.
Well,
But maybe multi-millionaires, right?
Yeah. But wealth is building that wealth is really what the foundation is.
But I like that, though, because you're giving the youth something to aspire to.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful. Well, guys, I want to say thank you again for joining me here. This has been exciting, and I am going to get with you. I'm not just saying it just for the sake of this conversation now, because I think even though I have an adult child, and who knows, I may involve her as well.
Absolutely.
Well, you know what? She's actually already investing.
Okay,
She has actually been trying to get me to do cryptocurrency.
Well, we're going to make it happen.
And Tesla.
We're going to make that happen.
Yeah. So I guess I better catch up. That's what that sounds like, right?
Absolutely.
That's great.
Okay. Guys, again, I want to thank you for being here. How can our audience get a hold of you for more information about Youth Branding University?
So two ways. One is contacting me directly. My telephone number is 404-375-5016. Again, that's 404-375-5016. Or our website, which Paul built, which is www.ybutrainingedu.org. Again,
Awesome.
www.ybutrainingedu.org.
Awesome. Okay, guys, thank you again for joining me.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The life of every child is precious, beyond measure. If you care for a child with a disability and have limited income and resources, help is available. Children with a physical or mental disability or who are blind may qualify for monthly cash payments through the Supplemental Security Income Program, or SSI. The program provides help to meet basic needs for food, clothing, or a place to live, and disability-related needs. It's money that can make a meaningful difference. If you're the parent or caregiver of a child or teenager you think may be eligible, call Social Security at 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov/SSIkids to learn how to apply today. That's ssa.gov/SSIkids. It's real help for the children. Message produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Hello and welcome back to Kingdom One Live, where it's all about a kingdom perspective. I'm here on the music set with my co-host, the Tim Williams Project Band, and I have Tim Williams here with me. Guys, have you been enjoying the show so far today?
Yes, great show.
Awesome.
Great show.
So, you know, when you think about our guests who were talking about YBU, Youth Branding University, what advice would you give youth who are aspiring to become music producers and just to work in the music industry in general?
Well, my advice was to be yourself, be original. Because a lot of times if you sample, you know, you got to pay that person. So my advice is to be your own individual, write your own music.
Write your own music.
Yeah, and learn the business.
Okay, that's great advice. That can go a long ways. So why don't you introduce the band to us?
Okay, on sax, we have Mr. Marcel Lewis.
All right, I love that name, Marcel.
Yeah, and on guitar, we got Mr. Billy Odom.
Hi, Billy.
Over in the corner there on keys, we got Mr. Isaac Harris.
Isaac, hello.
On drums, got Mr. Dewan Wiley.
Hi, Dewan. Wonderful. So what are you guys going to play for us today?
Oh, we're going to do another original called Stand Up for Jesus, kind of a little island feel on this one.
Stand Up for Jesus?
That's right, Stand Up for Jesus.
I love that. I love that. So if it had words to go with it, stand up for Jesus because?
He's the one.
Because he's the one. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Give it up for the Tim Williams Project Band. Stand Up for Jesus.
don't want you on our team. You're too slow and fat.
Millions of people are impacted by obesity.
Don't you care what other people think?
You need to do something about your weight.
They face unfair weight bias every day.
You're not the right fit for this job.
Weight bias is harmful, not helpful.
I see you haven't lost weight. You must not be trying hard enough.
Everyone keeps judging me.
I'm eating right. I'm exercising.
I'm trying to lose weight.
But it's just too much.
Our words and actions matter.
Everyone deserves to be treated with dignity and respect.
Learn more about weight bias and how to help end it. Visit stopweightbias.com.
Be a part of the solution.
Let's stop weight bias. Let's work together to stop weight bias today.
Hi, everyone. We're coming to a close of our show today, and I want to say a special thank you to our special guests. We had Jeffrey Duncan Henderson, the CEO and founder of YBU, Youth Branding University, and also Paul Benitez, the VP of Technology. They are both making a difference in the lives of our youth and their parents. Also, I would like to leave you with this message about the parable of talents. In Matthew 25, 14 through 30, it says, the kingdom of heaven. In the kingdom of heaven, there was a man traveling into a far country. And before leaving on his journey, he entrusts talents to his servants, according to their abilities of each one. One servant, he leaves 5 talents. To another servant, he leaves 2. To the other, he leaves 1. So when he returns, the servant with the 5 and 2 talents, they had double theirs. And that servant with 1, he hid his. Well, the story goes on to say that the man was unhappy with the servant with the 1 talent. It takes, the talent, of course, means money. And so when we take that message of that scripture and we compare it to what they're doing at YBU, YBU is working with those individuals by giving them a small seed, a talent, and giving them the opportunity to grow it. I want to encourage you all to look around and find opportunities to be that seed in the life, to invest in the youth and those individuals in your family as well as in yourself, so that you too can grow talent. As always, we want to thank you for watching. Love and blessings.